Yeah, let me get through this set of levels before I check out other stuff. I think I already said that, but I'm just going to be clear. Spectrum detected. Order destroy. Now things are starting to get... We're starting off pretty hard already, and I've lost my front wheels. And now all of a sudden it's like, okay, real game start now. Which I'm like, you know what? That feels like a little much after the other two levels, but at the same time, it's like, what I was just saying before, it's like, you expect people to have played this game before. It's not... Oh, that was not a regen point. Whoops. I was assuming I would get my wheels back there, so I'm like, it's fine. Alright. Doing it properly this time. Why do I hear dropper drone? Oh. There's a big one up there. Wait, where did he just go? Oh. This drone is having some issues. I wish he would... Yeah, I'm like, just land, please. I don't feel comfortable navigating you in this, and your sound effects are annoying. Yeah, we just started off going full tilt on the threats in this stage. Maybe a little too much, especially with how long it took us to start getting anything in this level set. Again, environments are relatively cool. Oops. I didn't register that properly. I was trying to turn, but the drag from my speed being so high, it wasn't enough, and I didn't register that I needed to do more. I still don't have maneuvering thrusters, so maybe I couldn't have done much more. Okay. That's how I was ready. We still get these considerable downtime periods, which I think the first one wasn't too bad. I mean, you want to give some people a breather, but this feels like maybe a little much. I don't know. Uh-oh. I think it's mostly just because this level started off so intense that it feels weird to go back to just big, long, sweeping, slow turn. Yeah, I cannot see how these shards are positioned very well, so I'm just slowing down. Yeah, the fact that they're just pitch black makes it... Oh, God. Die from the boost again. Makes it hard to, like, parse where they're placed and where the openings are between them. Helicopter thing. Oh. Yeah, I remember seeing that the last time I played this too, and I'm like, I really don't like how those spikes land. This does not seem good. Yeah, you can jump over, and I guess it's in line. No, I'm like, it's not totally out of line with the difficulty of some of the other stuff in this level. It's like, I just don't like how they come up so abruptly, and it's like, you don't have a good time to react to them, and it's just like, you block the whole road normally, stuff like that. You can steer around, and then all of a sudden there's one that you can't. It's like, I don't really like that. Yeah, this level starts off a little too hard for... I don't mean like difficult, like it's going in like really hard, like everything's coming at you right at the start, and then it just like falls off and falls off and falls off. Like that feels like weird and kind of bad. Not always bad pacing, but it's weird. It feels bad in context of the first 3 levels all being like way too easy, and then we have this, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't seem right. No, it is what it is. I know, especially when you make levels far apart and they're supposed to be part of a series, it can be difficult to kind of keep the difficulties lined up with each other. And this is, I believe, the final level of this. Is this purpose in it? Wait. I think this is the last one. It feels like a good final showdown build-up we're getting here. Intense scenery, we dodged some lasers. They weren't actually too hard to dodge, but they looked very intimidating, which is actually an important factor. How an obstacle feels and communicates visually often matters more than how difficult it actually is. as far as how good a level feels overall. I don't like not having maneuvering thrusters. And all I see is solid orange. How the hell do I navigate that? Answer is you don't, and I don't like that you don't. Oops, I need to turn a little bit more than that. I'm like, this is enough to hit the gap, right? First, I didn't want to oversteer. Oh, come on. I do not like big spike clusters like this. They're just like, go slow because there's no way for you to read this properly. I'm like, yep, not a fan of that. I do really like this big ass intimidating structure up here though. It is quite cool. Especially the little moving bits. For some reason I thought he was gonna drop like immediately. More spike launchers. So I think I've generally had this feeling about spike launchers most of the time in Distance, where it's like, they're a really cool hazard, but they kind of suck. Like half the time they're not even fun to deal with. Yeah. Again, the environment stuff and setup is really cool, but it's like the pacing and actual balance of the traps feels really wonky to me. Oh, it's not the next level. There's one more. But you know, it's fine. Going to the giant evil fortress to lead up to the final showdown. That works too. Now we are inside of that, presumably. Moving to space. I do remember you. That's right, I kicked your ass. And live without a body. I do like the kind of like a virtual archaic up there on the screen. And we finally get maneuvering thrusters for the final boss. Yay. Yeah, I'm not holding out that hard. Don't mind the crazy extra screen effects going on. They're not too bad. Kind of make things feel a little more surreal because they're not supposed to be literally physically happening. I don't believe. Yeah, I don't know about these like single hazards just super spaced out. It's like, oh, you expect that to do anything to me? Like, that should be my downtime stuff instead of just open road. It's like, yeah, you dodge one or two easy things. Like, that didn't feel like much of a threat. Back half of this was just like, not bad, second round. I do feel like I'm being really harsh on these levels, but I'm trying to also be honest. Just like, I was not really a big fan of these levels the first time I played them, and I'm still like, I think playing them as a series does help a bit, but it really does not make up for their main shortcomings, really. It's help, but it's like the pacing is still really whack. Uh-oh, those are landing right in where I want to land. But I don't hate that. That's kind of a fun way to make it look like something is actually trying to kill you. Like, oh, you want to land here? Well, I'm gonna hit you right when you're technically maybe most vulnerable. Oh, and now I don't have, I don't like that. I don't like getting robbed of my freaking grip busters. My maneuvering thrusters when I want to be able to short hop stuff. Oh god. This is, Not ideal. Yeah, I'm just gonna restart that section. Now I want to be able to short up. God, now the barrels are intruding on this section. That's why barrel obstacles are rude. Okay. That was actually pretty relatively into. Oh, gosh darn it. I knew I was going to mess that up right when I saw it. I'm like, I am not on the right track here. Okay. I thought we had just won that, but no, there's quite a bit more. Okay, fair enough. I actually do like this section, how they speed up and how they drop. I actually quite like the pacing and feel of that section. Oh, right. Cake destroyed, you did your job, and then you actually have to turn around. I remember this, because, why? Sure, we'll get a good view of, yay, it's gone and whatnot, but it's like making me actually, it feels bad. That last section, challenge section, though, was actually quite nice. I actually liked that overall. I'm not feeling the rest of this level, though. It's like it has like one little section that's maybe like 20%-ish or so, maybe 30% is good. And the rest of it, I'm like, no. Yep, and I actively gave this one a thumbs down because like the pacing is too all over the place, and the way it ends is just like, oh no, you killed it. You gained some momentum, and then you absolutely murdered the momentum the level had going for it. Unfortunate. But cool to actually see them in the sequence they were meant to be played. So, that's nice. Let me see here. I need to go to workshop levels. Have you tried pink workshop level? It's just called pink, I presume. About the potential for hitting that outer ring and dying. That would suck a lot. Yeah, let's try and gold this one. It's not too long. I like how we start off right above those pulsing lines. It creates a nice, fun visual effect. That's what I need to do. I need to figure out which tracks have the MIDI channels for the beat matching. I can make something fun with that. It's a really fun feature. It's kind of a shame that not all the songs in the soundtrack are compatible with that beat function, but it is what it is. I'm glad it exists at all. Here we go. Thinking of doing a longer spin like this, but I'm like, I shouldn't do anything dumb. And then, of course, I immediately did it just to show what I was thinking. Rings, don't screw me, please. Ooh, did I not quite make gold? Oh, huh. I messed something up. I'm like, I felt like that was a fairly clean run. There was definitely things I probably could have done better. But, huh. Is the gold actually kind of tight on this level? Right? Either that or I'm just not remembering something I botched much worse than I realized. I don't know. I guess I'll actually have to try a little bit harder. Actually optimize my lines just a little bit instead of just driving, being like just have to not hit obstacles, because obviously that's not good enough on its own. maybe here that longer roll might have actually lost me time. Maybe the way I'm doing my grip flight isn't actually that fast either. That felt good. Wow, that was still tight. Huh, okay, yeah. Gold is no joke on this level, unless there's shortcuts I'm not aware of. But yeah, solid level. I like it. Like I said before, it's not doing anything too wild, but it's very solid in what it's doing. Oh, what was that? All right, I want to do the other Cat Walton, was it? Collection. Yeah. Distance Rebirth, continuation of New Earth. And this company should have more boss fights. I'm not sure what it's calling the company, but I don't know. Oops. Camera's back, right? Yeah. Oops. No. Give me, no, gosh darn it. Game, I want to go into playlist mode. Please and thanks. What am I doing wrong? I had something like this happen before, right? No? I can't? What am I doing wrong? I'm being dumb. I know I'm messing something up. What am I doing wrong that I can't open the playlist mode? Anyways, let me just look at the track. Reboot. There we go. Enter tag. Reboot, working sector. Alright, we gave that one a thumbs down. Stored, GasTown. Suspicious place. Canyons and directly. This looks like one. Yeah, matches the thumbnail. And this should be the whole playlist to date. Says it's a continuation of New Earth and should have more boss fights. I don't remember boss fighty stuff happening in these levels, but it's been a while. I could be wrong. And we're starting back from no boost and everything again. Kind of disappointing. What is this? You destroyed the virus orb, maybe not. Now the sectors are gradually restored. Signal from Sector D told go check it out.
The array is our new home. By combining the resources of satellite sectors...
I mean, I'd actually be mostly fine starting us off from 0 if we were a little quicker to get us back. Everything coming back online again. No longer military sector. Okay, cool. We have boost. We have infinite cooldown, no other abilities. And I think this is... If it's not the same, it feels very similar to the first level in the previous set of levels. And if it's literally just a recap of that, I'm like, I don't know about that. We need, like, I like that we have the boost zones. They're a nice addition. Day chain, like there's some neat visual stuff going on, but it's like, give me some gameplay. Like, come on, we're coming off the previous. It's supposed to be a continuation, not its own stand-up I mean, I guess maybe that means more story-wise, but still, it's like, we do not need to go through another long-ass winding level of infinite boost with some slight turns. Like, honestly, the visuals seem even less interesting this time around. Like, not that they're like, there's no interest, but it's like, I think I liked the red version, the evil version better. There was more ships and stuff going around. I feel like there's less going on here. Like, why am I here driving through this again? Like, it does not feel like it was literally a copy-paste, but it feels like it's largely the same stuff, at least visually, and the gameplay is so basic that it might as well be the same level, even if it's not literally. Hell, it might even literally be, and I just don't know the difference, but again, that's kind of irrelevant to me. Like, even if it's different, I'm like, it doesn't actually matter. Yeah, I give that one a thumbs down, because I'm like, it's like the other level, but even worse by a bit. I mean, sure, it's a starting intro level. I disagree with going that hard into the starting intro stuff and the sequel to another campaign, but okay, we're starting with the same condition, boost, nothing else. I actually do like the colors of this, especially like the way that sign glow lights up against the blue. Got a few different shades, you match lighting. Like, visually, this already has my interest on way more than the previous level. The blues and the purples, like, it's kind of fun. Nice little particle tunnel. My nose is kind of itchy. Yeah, like, I like the visuals a lot more. Like, this feels a lot better than the previous level. But still, like, why do we have 2 levels of just infinite boost sightseeing? Like, that's basically what this is. We have some like plot development stuff, like, oh, there's some weird error thing going. What's with that? Like, I know it's supposed to set up like we think everything's fine, but it's actually not. But like, we don't need 2 full levels of build-up. Like, that's not okay. If anything, this should have been the first level of the campaign. It was much better than the previous one. Still not great, but much better, at least visually. I'm like, yeah, I'm much more interested in spending a little more time here, but it's like, I'd still rather have actual gameplay, please. It feels like it's just like a retread of the old previous level set, just redone a little bit, and I'm like, I don't know that that's really justified. Actually, I don't feel like it's justified. It's not that I'm saying I'm not convinced. Like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm like, no, I'm pretty much in the, no, this doesn't seem justified. What's your argument? You need to tell me why it is, not the other way around. I do like this cool helicopter ship asset, though. I'm glad we get another good look at that. What's the description of this? Another replant, you will go from another portal into the forbidden D1 sector. Yeah, that's a nice story-wise and setting us up and traveling through the world again, but it's like, the level needs to offer something more than, again, just like a sightseeing trip. Unless it's a really spectacular sightseeing trip, which I'm not saying that bad environments are stuff to look at, but it's like, it's not worth seeing just on its own. As an entire level. You could have easily spiced things up a little more with the gameplay. And I'm here saying it really should have been. like, it feels like we just had 3 intro levels in a row. And frankly, that's also disappointing when it's talking about, yes, more boss fights. I'm like, well, we're gonna have like 4 levels of nothing and then 2 back-to-back all-in boss fights. Like, that's not good pacing. Again, there, like, I'm not saying these environments are bad. There's cool stuff going on here. It's just like, I need actual gameplay alongside all the cool stuff. Oh, evacuate. That was a nice touch, having that come up then the announcement. Like the environmental storytelling and stuff is not bad, but it's like, we need more than that. Level does not get carried on by that on its own. Oh, okay. Again, nice visual touches, but that's always actually kind of just funny. But it's like, that was the level? Why did it take 3 levels to get to that point? No. I'm glad we're finally at this point, but why did it take so long to get there? I know you're like, you have to travel through point A, point B, point C, sector G1, but it's like, come on, give me something to do in those places, even if they're supposed to be friendly. Like, I don't know, man. Oh, right, and I can't short hop. At least have actual gameplay again, actually jumping over stuff. Environment's I'd say environment's fairly interesting. We get one of these cool, like, flashback scenes. This one doesn't feel super justified, because I'm not, it's like, it was neat, but I'm not really clear that it was showing me anything in particular. So I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, I'd rather have it than not, but... Oh, and now I lost my boost. Okay, spooky thing happening. Very dark factory. So we have some very industrial looking decorations. Are we meeting our old friend again? Freddy the 5th, how many of these cars do you have? Oh. Hi. Only 2 cars passed through me. I guess you're like a giant face. Let's go for the air kick. No one else will pass through me. Cool. I don't know about the pacing of just bringing it to a dead stop and sitting there for the monologue. Okay, so this is supposed to be an actual boss fight. Yeah, and I do remember this part, and I think I remember it being cool, but it's like, we've gone from literally infinite, but oh, right, the cool wall guns. Like, those are a cool prop. I was saying, pacing-wise, we've gone from 3 full levels of infinite boost, barely technically gameplay, straight into boss fight. Like, what is that pacing? Come on. Oh, shoot, right, no wings or anything. I do not like the pacing on these, but maybe this, I think this is probably one of the, if I'm remembering right, it's from vague memories, I'm like, this is probably one of the better standalone levels in the series. Uh-oh. I'm not sure that those could have actually harmed me, but it looked and it felt dangerous, which is good and fun. I liked it, basically. Don't really get a good view of those gun turret cannon things, but again, felt relatively threatening, so sure. Oh, that's a weird ending. I want to give this one a thumbs up. I'm like, I'm so close, but I'm like, there's still things that are pretty off with this. I was gonna say, it feels really short. I guess it wasn't that short, but it's like most of it was build up. The actual hazard, once we got the actual battle, was very short. I don't like the way it ended. Excuse me. I don't think I can quite justify giving this level a thumbs up. It's close, though. It's a neat level. There are things I definitely like about this. But honestly, being in part of the level series almost holds it back even more. It's like, yeah, the setup doesn't make sense without it, but it's like, the setup just makes me more confused about the pacing. I'm like, what? Why? Now we're out here. So yeah, this makes sense how we got here from there, and we're out in some ruins right past that we're kind of seeing a bit of. Oh. I remember right there are turrets mounted on the wall behind me that are gonna shoot at me, yeah. I'm like, it's weird that you can only see them if you turn around, but alright.
Warning, entering danger zone.
Do I have wings? I don't. It feels like this keeps going like back and forth, especially with like turning off all our abilities and stuff. It's like, man, just give me my abilities and give me some more obstacles and stuff to navigate. Like even this, there's like kind of hazards, but at the same time, it's like not really. We just had those 2 turrets and it's like nothing basically. On uranium, but the station is alive. They've slowed us down for kind of like plot cutscene things, which is cool. And yeah, there's a bunch of dialogue that I'm not gonna read.
Life support systems have been successfully stabilized within quarantine boundaries. Please remain calm and wait for extraction.
Right, I actually got forwards. I'm not convinced on the pacing of it, but that wasn't a terrible way to handle like an interesting like cutscene, pseudo cutscene type thing. Is this really just driving through this? I kind of remember it just being that. Like, yes, people survived in the wasteland. Cool, but where's the level? Again, we're just like sightseeing, and it feels even weirder that we actually had something threatening us in the beginning, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, no, we're good now. We're just only doing that at the start. Like, what? What is this basing? Why? I don't understand. And then that's the end. Like, what the? I don't get it. I'm like, in context of the greater thing, it's like, it makes me this level seem worse. I'm like, the pacing is wrong in so many ways. Almost every way. I'm like, again, like the environment design and stuff is cool, but it's like there's not much of an actual level there for the play experience. Like, I respect what they were trying to do, but it's like, the execution is not there. Oh, now I got an ability back. Okay, cool. No wings. Well, I kind of remember this level. I think this is actually semi-recent. I kind of remember playing this on the workshop weekly. Not too terribly long ago. Yeah, there's a weird wacky missile that I don't understand. Oh yeah, I remember this one. This is recent-ish. Why did I think there was a blind spot inside the hammer? I don't know, but I did. And I just drove right into it and got smashed. Well, I actually didn't think that was gonna come up in time. Uh-oh. I didn't know that the timing was throwing me off. I'm like, oh no. They stayed down so long that I questioned, uh-oh. Hold up. Hold up, I got this. Okay. Yeah, this one always comes back up right away. The other one does not. Like this. Gosh darn it. Jumped late. This already feels like more like an actual one. Like we actually got like hazards and stuff that can actually kill me even if I'm playing half decently. To do more than just play the game half decently to survive. Beware archaic. A little bit of downtime, but then it looks like an aerial section. Okay, we got our wings back. Cool, I guess. Fairly basic flights. I mean, it's not straight away and then land on a road, but It's only barely beyond extremely basic flight section. And again, they've just theoretically just introduced flight back into the level set, so I don't know. What do I know? Still keep feeling like I'm expecting more from the obstacles. There are actual obstacles, and the pacing doesn't feel completely out of whack. It still feels like there should be more going on. Oh, is this the end? Oh, maybe not. Hello.
Alert. Infection detected in sector.
Infection? No kidding. Oh, right. And this is where it ends, I think. I don't think I can quite give this one a thumbs up. It's almost there, though. This level would actually only need a little bit of work for me to consider it good enough. And there are no more levels in the set. I think this one is relatively recent, though. When was this level released? Let me see. October. Yeah, this was October 16th. Yeah, this one was pretty recent. So, okay, yeah, so this collection does seem to be unfinished. I think it needs one more level to cap it off. The end feels a little like a cliffhanger, like, oh, crazy stuff. Oh, sorry. No, not until the next level. I'm like, damn it. Being part of a level set is where that kind of works, though. So I'll give it a pass on that for now.